Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV, covering more housing items specifically in this video and a few other videos that are upcoming. This one all talking about housing items added in 7.15 to specifically the Origenics duty. Origenics is a duty added in Dawntrail 7.0, and all of the Dawntrail duties have actually been added with new items, new housing items to them. From 7.0 series. So you can run these in your trusts. Origenics is level 99. That gets synced up to level 100, 680 item level. Of course, take your trusts in there so you don't have to roll against other people. That is my top tip. And of course, level up as well, get some EXP. But essentially, there are two items in Origenics. It's very unique. There is a couple of items in one other dungeon. The rest of them have single-use items. Ignore my inventory, it's absolutely full of disaster. But there are two items in particular from Origenics, and that's the Origenics chair and the Origenics monitor desk. The chair says this office chair was designed to facilitate hours of soul-sucking work, which is hilarious considering where Origenics is. And it's an office chair, haha. Amazing pun. And then we've also got the Origenics monitor desk. It says a spacious work desk taken from a storage room in the Soul Processing Division. Additional monitors not included, which is a real shame. I wish we had more monitors. These are actually high ticket items. The chair goes for around like 1 million or so on Chaos, a lot less on Light Data Center, probably a lot less on Ether and wherever you're from. And the table currently retails for about 12 million gil at the time of recording, which is insane on Chaos Data Center. Again, a lot less, maybe half that on Light Data Center, and who knows on the North American servers. But anyway, these are single dyed, obviously, because we don't have double dye yet, which is a real shame. For furnishing items, I will not stop complaining about single dyes until we get double dyes on furnishing items. And this is what the chair looks like first on its own. It is a very, very cool sort of gamer chair. I think that's the best way to describe it. It looks like something you would find either on the Starship Enterprise or in someone's RGB filled gaming room, which I feel attacked personally by even bringing that up myself. You'll also notice there's these little slots here. At first I thought these were USB-C slots, which tells you how much time I spend looking at computers to start seeing USB slots in the back of chairs, but I think they're just fasteners. It's a very cool chair, honestly, very shiny. And if you're looking for something space age and futuristic for an office chair, you can do obviously a lot worse. Obviously, with furnishing colors, your mileage is going to vary with only one dye option. Again, there's another complaint from me. Basically, the default color is essentially Snow White. Like, we are actually selecting Snow White there, but it's not changing. But it is just the main interior metal part of the fabric. This looks like it would be painful to sit on for very long, though. I can imagine my knees just like hurting after a while. The back of my knees just sort of caving in from that metal. But it looks pretty good, honestly, in a variety of different colors. The only way they can one-up this, if Square Enix, if you're watching, would be to add actual RGB lights to this, like LEDs at the back or underglow. That would be sick. Just saying, it's actually really, really cool. And of course, if you're going to create yourself a recreation of a Starship Enterprise or the Ragnarok with your Leporits, because you've got your Leporit crew members, right? You've got your Leporit retainer venture people. Okay, so you could put them there in your house, your merchants and menders, and then you could have them glitched onto these seats, and then you could get the brand new desk, and then you could glitch in the new hollow display terminal from Solution 9, and before you know it, you've got a spaceship, right? That's what I plan to do anyway. I think one of the rooms upstairs in the FC is just going to be me creating the interior of the Ragnarok spaceship. But yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it? And obviously the back dye's the same. You've got that metal bit, just in case you're wondering how the back of the item dyes. I think red looks incredible on that. And of course, the dyes obviously follow through to the desk as well. And speaking of the desk, let's have a look at that. This then, for scale, is the Origenics monitor desk, which is enormous. I'm starting to realize why this thing would retail around 12 million gil. Obviously, that's still a silly price for a dungeon drop, but holy moly, isn't that enormous. We'll move the chair in just a second, but it's actually very, very cool looking. For scale, my character is a small Mikote. This thing is enormous. The back of the monitor has like Vaser mounts on there, which is a brilliant attention to detail with that strong monitor arm. This looks quite similar to my office, actually. I've got an ultra-wide, a curved ultra-wide with a 100R curve, and yeah, it's basically the same dealio. But yeah, this is definitely a gaming desk. This looks sick. I kind of want to recreate this in real life, probably not with metal, but probably like wood with a sort of brushed steel paint job. That would be cool. It's got all these little compartments that sadly I noticed that you can't place any items on. You can place items on the top, obviously, but you can't place things in the drawers. Like you can't file documents. And this cup is obviously a small item, but as you can see, there's a bit of an invisible wall thing going on with that, which is a real shame. Of course, we could use housing placement glitch to put things on there with like a shelf. We showed this on stream the other day. It's surprising how few people know about this. Vanilla to the game. Put an item on, get it to the height you want the item to be. Let's say there. Let's say that's in line with where we want it on the interior, which it actually isn't. Anyway, you get the idea. You would put that in there, and we can make that float inside there on one of those shelves. If we had, turn off the furnishing placement, grab the item, then cancel the item, then drag the partition and its shelf away, and you've got yourself a floating item. So of course you can still do that. That's still a thing that's very heavily tied into the code of the game. If you wanted to use those shelves, that's the only way you'd really want to, you'd be able to do that. But obviously, without doing any glitches or anything, you're not able to, which is a real shame. I was kind of hoping that we would be able to fill in those gaps, and I've tried all sorts of different items. But yeah, if you're having a tough day at work, there's your cigar. I think what they should do next, ideally, is put a keyboard and a mouse setup in here. That would be really cool. The other neat feature about this is actually there's an interaction. Like when you walk up to it, you'll see there's a little interaction arrow. You can turn the monitor off and on again, which I think is actually kind of brilliant. Sadly, it doesn't go doodle doodle. You have to make those noises yourself. Noises sold separately, clearly. And of course, it's a load of gobbledygook, sort of scientific meters and graphs and things. And maybe this looks like kind of like a chat room. And then maybe like a graph. I don't know what's going on here. I don't think you're supposed to. But it's cool, right? You could turn this off. And then what you could do is use a partition wall glitch to place, like, I don't know, the advertisement poster or any other artwork. And you could display that on your screen, right? You could just bring the placement glitch in, and then you could create your own screens, which is another great idea. And also, you could probably use Phasmoscapes, have like a big view screen. Oh man, the spaceship is coming together, isn't it? But yeah, lots of little compartments that you can't interact with, and it's very detailed, honestly. And we've got a chair to go with it, which is, the best thing. These items do drop separately, and the chair does appear to be a lot more common than the desk, which you would probably imagine. This is where we're going to get 100 comments of saying, I got it on my first run, Meoni. And I'll be like, really? Really? But of course, the seat works. And because of the size of the seat, depending on your character, is how far forward they sit. And of course, there's plenty of room for Rothgars and Rose and all of your big style characters' sizes. It looks really good, doesn't it? Really, really cool. In terms of the diability of the desk, it follows the same suit as the actual chair, as you would imagine. But you'll notice that it's just the desktop itself and sides. We've got that metal rim still undyed, and the metal rim on the back of the actual monitor itself being, not affected as well. But it looks pretty good in a variety of different colors. You definitely got that sort of brushed metallic sheen, though. Like, that's honey yellow, and it looks like brushed gold. It looks more gold than actual gold would look. So that's cool, especially if you're going for that sort of super space age vibe. Cream yellow, by the way, almost is identical to what metallic brass would look like. So if you're going for something brassy, You can get away with cream yellow because you can't use metallic dyes still, for whatever reason. I don't know why we live in 2024 where we can't use metallic dyes on furnishings. Square Enix, please fix this. I want my metallic dyes. But at least we have metallic texture that's reflecting the correct lighting to make it look metallic. But yeah, it looks pretty good in a variety of different colors. And of course, you match it to whatever you're doing. Personally, I think like a slate gray or, you know, a dark black, and then have everything else black, and then have like a red carpet down the line. You could make the Starship Enterprise. That's the next project we need to do on stream or something, is make that. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. It is clearly one of, if not the coolest housing items that you can get from any of the new dungeons. We're going to feature the rest, but I thought we'd farm and get this first because it's pretty sick, isn't it? Anyway, much love. Thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Just give me a bit of time to farm this, and hope I see you on stream as well, either on Twitch or YouTube. See you all next time. Bye-bye.